Hello, I'm Ryan Black, and today we have Spring with us. You can know her on the main channel, and we are going to. How should I say this? Oh, yeah, she's explaining her FNAF AU. AU means alternate universe, if you did not know. Okay, I'll pass the mic to her.
Hello everyone, my name is Spring. If you know me from the main channel, that's really nice. So today I'll be explaining my FNAF AU. If you don't know what FNAF is, it stands for Five Nights at Freddy's. It's a horror series. And this is my take and personal headcanons on like what I think could be possibly true. Most of it's not, but it's just like my world, my universe. And I'll be explaining it. So the first category is FNAF 1. Fact number 1. All FNAF characters are or originally were possessed by the canonical souls from the game. This means Chica is possessed by Susie, Foxy is possessed by Fritz, etc. Fact number 2. Gabriel no longer possesses Freddy. Instead, the phone guy does. This is because after FNAF 2, Freddy was used for spare parts to repair the other animatronics. Why Freddy? Because Freddy was the only one with a spare suit back at that time. They didn't have enough pieces to fix Foxy completely though. This is why he's out of order in FNAF 1, as they're looking for pieces to fix him. Fact number 3. Both Cassidy and Cece possess Golden Freddy. Fact number 4. All the current originals are vengeful spirits. Fritz is a brighter red because he's considering forgiving William. Remember, being a vengeful spirit does not mean you're vengeful against your killer. It just means you're vengeful against someone. Golden Freddy itself cannot move, as it has no endoskeleton. It can, however, float. It rather enjoys breaking the laws of physics. Fact number 6. Bonnie can also, quote-unquote, break the laws of physics and quote-unquote teleport. He's really just the fastest out of all the originals, despite many people believing Foxy is the fastest. Fact number 7. Michael is the security guard. By Michael, I mean Michael Afton. Fact number 8. The toys are possessed. Mangle is possessed by Susie's dog, Puppet is possessed by Charlie, and a kid named Landon possesses Toy Freddy. It is unknown who possesses the other animatronics. Fact number 9. The shadows are just hallucinations formed in the mind of Jeremy, the night guard. They do not exist. Fact number 10. Jeremy is the bite of 87. Mangle was the one who bit him. Fact 11. The reason Mangle bit Jeremy is because they thought Jeremy was one of the children who ripped Mangle apart. Fact number 12. To please everyone, the animatronic Mangle was designed to be female, but is possessed by a male. This itself actually has proof for it. William refers to Susie's dog as a he in that FNAF 6 minigame, and in UCN, Mangle's voice is that of a female. Fact number 6. Not number 6, number 13. The puppet is in a similar position. The puppet was designed to be male, but the soul possessing the puppet is female. Fact number 14. Mangle despises BB and JJ and can't be around them for more than 10 minutes without lunging at the two. He will, however, contain himself when Susie is around. Fact number 15. The withered animatronics do not hate the toys, and they have a lot of sympathy towards Mangle as he is in the same situation as them. Fact number 16. The withered and original animatronics are the same beings, for the most part. Fact number 17. Toy Chica is very self-conscious of her design, but has learned to accept it over time. Fact number 18. Toy Chica is actually a rather kind and selfless person, but is really socially awkward, so her first impression always comes off as bratty and rude to most people. Fact number 20, I believe. Toy Bonnie is the most loved out of kids by all the toys, which has caused him to develop a self-centered personality. He himself does not notice this behavior, and the other toys don't mention it. Plus, they don't mind. Toy Bonnie's still a pretty funny guy. Okay, so since I'm kind of lazy, I'm just not going to continue saying the facts. It's going to be easier for me, and it's going to be kind of easier for you. for you guys watching. Okay, Toy Freddy is very enthusiastic about the games he plays. He tends to talk about them all the time and tries to get the others interested in the games. Also, Susie's dog's name is Ace. He's a golden retriever. FNAF 3. Michael is not the FNAF 3 security guard. FNAF 3 itself takes place in 2016, meaning William got spring-locked in 1986. The phantoms themselves are just illusions. The puppet was in the location. She does not remember how she got there, but she remembers the fire all too well. FNAF 4. The FNAF 4 animatronics were just illusions inside Cece's mind after he witnessed the death of Elizabeth. They originally only stared from outside the doors or from the closet, but after the fight, they started to attack Cece. Nightmare only appeared after Cece got bit and is a symbol of death. Michael had Nightmare Fredbear as well after the bite. This is why he's able to draw Nightmare Fredbear so well in the survival logbook and how he even knows Nightmare Fredbear exists. Cece is the bite of 83. Cece was in a coma for 8 days before he died. This matches the amount of nights there are in the game itself, if you don't count the extra nights. FNAF 5. Funtime Freddy is possessed by Gabriel. If you don't know who Gabriel is the soul who possesses Freddy in the actual canon. Funtime Foxy identifies as male, and doesn't mind when people refer to him as female. Mrs. Afton does not possess Ballora. Sorry for those fans who think she does. Funtime Foxy, Funtime Freddy, and Ballora and Circus Baby are all possessed. The other animatronics are possessed by Revenant. And it's a combination of all the possessed Funtimes. The others are still underground. All the Funtimes were reprogrammed to capture kids after Elizabeth went quote-unquote missing. Elizabeth went to grab Circus Baby's ice cream, but CB malfunctioned and grabbed Elizabeth. Elizabeth was then stored in Baby's storage/helium tank and scooped a couple minutes later. She would have died of suffocation if she was not scooped. Elizabeth knew Eggs Benedict was Michael. She did not want to kill him, but at the same time, she desperately wanted to escape. So she stuck with the plan even though she was very hesitant to. Funtime Foxy and Ballora want Funtime Freddy to be the leader, but Funtime Freddy thinks CB is more suited for the role. It was Funtime Foxy and Ballora who kicked CB out of Ennard. Funtime Freddy tried to stop them, but he was outnumbered. CB was kicked out immediately after Michael regurgitated Ennard. This is because they heard her tell Michael that he wouldn't die and got angry. Oh wait, let me rephrase that. This is because Funtime Foxy and Ballora heard Elizabeth tell Michael that he wouldn't die and got angry that Ellie didn't want their victim to die. FNAF 5 takes place a couple months before FNAF 1, which means it takes place in 1992. When Michael regurgitated Ennard, some of the wires remained in him. One of these wires includes Ballora's left eye. FNAF 6. CB, now Scrap Baby, knew about the FNAF 6 fire and helped Henry and Michael or the remaining animatronics to the location. All the Scraps, except Scrap Trap, escaped the fire with the help of Henry and Michael. They were held in the FNAF 1 location until further repair. Both Cece and Cassidy created UCN, also known as Ultimate Custom Night. Ultimate Consequences is Michael trying to tell Cece and Cassidy to rest. Cece is the one who made the animatronics in UCN. Cassidy made everything else. The background noises in Ultimate Consequences, Lake, is William begging for Michael and Henry to help him. Cece and Cassidy allowed Charlie to control the puppet. Unbeknownst to them, Charlie never hated William. She allowed her to sort of encourage William that not everyone hated him for what he had done. Okay, help wanted. William is glitch trapped. Most of his soul escaped UCN. Cece is aware of this. Cassidy is not. Therefore, Cece went back to the surface to possess Golden Freddy alone, and Cassidy remained to torture that little piece of William's soul left in UCN. You play as someone named Gabriel. Pink Girl's name is Susie. All the 3 Jeremys are each different people, and all 3 are dead. Vanny was glitch trapped second to last victim, with Gabriel being the last and the one to help him escape. Security breach. Sammy, Charlie's twin brother, possesses Glamrock Freddy. None of the other Glamrocks are possessed. Vanny and Vanessa are 2 different people. They just share the same name. Gregory is 8. The reason Glamrock Freddy cannot get hacked is the fact that he is possessed. Glitchtrap does not have full control over Vanny, and similar to mind control in the first Avengers, if you hit your head hard enough, you're set free. The missing kids. Charlie is 3, Susie and Fritz are 5, Jeremy is 6, Gabriel is 7, and Cassidy is 8. Both Charlie and Gabriel are not vengeful spirits and never were. As stated in UCN, I don't hate you, but you need to stay out of my way, which is said by the puppet. Gabriel is not vengeful because he and Cece were good friends, therefore he knows why, one of the reasons why William murdered them.
Close to the safe point.
Sorry. The next one is just the years they died. Charlie died in early 1983, Susie died in 1984, and the other missing kids died in early 1985. The only reason Susie's parents didn't report Susie's disappearance until 1985 is because they thought it wasn't a big deal. Then they heard more kids went missing. Then they heard that more kids went missing. They told the police that their daughter was one of those missing children. Next is the Emily family. Okay, Mrs. Emily. Henry and Mrs. Emily divorced after Charlie's death. They will never love each other ever again. Mrs. Emily also took Sammy after their divorce. Henry didn't die in the fire. He killed himself with a robot in 1988. He does not possess anything and prefers to remain on Earth. Charlie. There's nothing much that I have not covered about Charlie, but both Charlie and Sammy have their mother's brown eyes. Sammy is the older of the 2 twins. Sammy died in 1987 due to a school shooting. He was 8. Sammy is a blonde like his mother. And then there's this other stuff. The orders of the death. Charlie, who died first by a slitted throat. Sammy, who died being shot in the head. Henry, who got either shot or stabbed in the head. And Mrs. Emily died of old age. The Acton family. Mrs. Acton just vanished and pieced out right after Liz was born, leaving William to take care of his kids alone. Vanessa, the FNAF 9 security guard, is actually the granddaughter of Mrs. Acton, therefore making the Acton kids half aunts and uncles. William Acton was actually a pretty decent father, although he was working at the time, which led to accidental neglect. William and Henry still get along, somewhat. They tend to argue over the stupidest things. William is pretty insane, though Henry is helping him by giving William forms of advice to avoid murdering children. Henry also threatens William that he'll put William back in hell if he doesn't comply. They're making slow progress. William is unsure if he feels any remorse for the children he murdered. He and Cassidy also get along somewhat and have agreed on a couple things. Cece forgives Michael, as he knows Michael never even knew Springlocks existed. Cece possesses 3 different things. Most of his soul possesses Golden Freddy, part of his soul possesses Psychic Fun Fredbear, and a small piece of his soul possesses the Survival Logbook. Cece, so far, is the only character able to break the 4th wall. Due to brain damage from the bite, Cece has memory loss. For example, he cannot remember his own name. Another example is he does not remember what he's vengeful for. He knows he's vengeful for something, he just doesn't remember what for. Michael Afton. Michael keeps his foxy mask because Cece gave it to him as a birthday present. Michael always carries both Psychic Fun Fredbear and the Survival Logbook around, so basically Cece's everywhere he goes. The child's souls treat Michael as an older brother of sorts. He and Fungi do not get along, however. Elizabeth Liz is a bean and can't understand most concepts. Charlie is in a rather similar situation, but she can understand a bit more, seeing as she's the longest being to ever possess an animatronic. Liz hates ice cream, but she can tolerate it. Other stuff. Mike was 15 during the bite, and Cece was 8. Fears. William Afton has pyrophobia, the fear of fire, trypanophobia, fear of needle, due to the spring locks, xanthrophobia, or something like that, the fear of death, and claustrophobia, the fear of being trapped. Michael Afton has autophobia, the fear of being alone, something I can't pronounce, but it's the fear of spoons, and arachnophobia, the fear of bears. Cece has one-irophobia, the fear of dream. He has the fear of robots and the fear of heights. Elizabeth has the fear of ice cream and the fear of clowns. Henry's fears are unknown. Sammy's fears are unknown, and Charlie has pyrophobia. Some of you all might hate me for this, but there is implied Willery. You can ship whatever you want with everyone else. Just keep in mind that it's implied Willery. I will keep the Willery to the minimum as much as possible, though. And I might read the timeline. Depends on what I want to do. Should I?
Maybe make it a different.
I'll shorten it up a little bit. The unimportant parts. I'll do only the important parts. 1977. Mrs. Afton is peaced out and went to start a new family. Early 1982. Circus Baby's Pizza World opened. Late 1982. Elizabeth Afton died with a scooper at the age of 5. Early 1983, Emily was murdered by William Afton at the age of 3. Mid-1983, Mrs. Afton and Henry Emily divorced. Late 1983, Cece's head got crushed by Fredbear at the age of 8. Mid-1984, Susie was murdered by William Afton. 1985, the other missing children were murdered by William Afton. William was spring-locked in 1986. Michael moved in with Henry. 1987, the events of FNAF 2 took place, and Sammy was killed by being shot in the head. 1988, Henry killed himself. 1989, Freddy Fazbear was dismantled and scrapped, leaving Gabriel to go possess Funtime Freddy. In 1990, Fungi was murdered and possessed the Spare Freddy suit. Late 1992, the events of FNAF 5 happened. Michael was scooped at the age of 25. 1993, the events of FNAF 1 happened. Henry leaves the afterlife to remain on Earth. 2006, the events of FNAF 3 happened. The building burns to the ground, leaving only the puppet and Springtrap alive. 2018, the events of FNAF 6 happened. Springtrap burns, but the others managed to escape. They were held in FNAF 1 until further repair. William Afton was sent to hell. Part of William Afton's soul escaped Cassidy's hell, forming Glitchtrap. Glitchtrap escapes the VR world and creates a cult in 2026, with Vanny being his best member. Sammy possesses an unfinished Glamrock Freddy. In 2027, the mall opens. Gregory and the security guard manage to escape. Glamrock Freddy holds back the other animatronics and Vanny. We might do this again if we add more to the timeline. Not right now, currently. But other than that, we're done here.
Nice.
Goodbye.
Wait, I want to add one thing.
Okay.
I just decided to pop in at this moment. So I have an idea for a ship. Mrs. Afton and Henry ship. Mrs. Afton left William Afton to live with Henry. That's why Henry is giving William Afton therapy, because he knows the pain and trauma and feels sorry for him.
That's the thing. Mrs. Afton went to start a new family, but far away from Texas. Texas, like nowhere near Texas.
It was in Texas?
Far away. You're like, I'm getting out of here. So much, like,
The FNAF
I'm
events
gonna
were
go
in
get
Texas?
the milk and I'm gonna never come back.
The FNAF events were in Texas?
Basically, that's what happened with Mrs. Acton. She went to go get the milk, she never came back.
I did not know the
She went to start a new family instead because she got lost.
I did not know the FNAF events were in Texas.
I mean, it's a nice ship. It could probably be a different AU that's like branched off from my EU. That'd be kind of cool.
Wait, the FNAF events are in Texas?
Yes, they're in Hurricane, Texas.
I don't know why I don't know that. Either way, yeah, that's all now, guys, so,
I don't know why you're kind of shocked about that.